All right, we are live now. Good evening, live all the way from the studio of the Covenant People's Parliament here in Abuja. It's a pleasure to have you join us tonight. We will be having a elaborate discussion on trending issues and political matters as they affect the Nigerian people. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Okpebolo. I'm here live in the studio. With me on Zoom is Mr. John Abelipo, all the way from Edo State. And we have Mr. Austin Benjamin, who has will join us. While we anticipate more discussants to be part of tonight's discussion, we're inviting Mr. John Abelipo to read out the headline for tonight's discussion. Mr. John Abelipo, please.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ako, for the opportunity. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I welcome everybody here present now online to Cobden's People's Parliament. Today's episode is on the threat to life. Okpebolo faces serious criticism nationwide for his unguarded statement against Mr. Peter Obi. Then we also look at a few trending stories, among which are the impact of Mr. Peter Obi's birthday and the unease in the APC. We also look at Dati Ahmed's visit to Abure's LP faction and reaction from obedience. We also look at ADC coalition in a dilemma of presidential candidate choice. And lastly, ADC Directorate of Mobilization, Civil Societies, and Progressive Engagement led by Prince Rampam Jr., taking his membership drive to wards nationwide. So these are the issues we will be discussing this evening on Cobden's People's Parliament. So once again, I welcome everybody here present. Thank you, yes. Mr. Ako. Back to you.
Thank you, Mr. John Agoni, for that. Reading out the headline to our viewers out there. Some are joining us via YouTube, some are joining us via the program is being broadcast live. And tonight we have 4 items on our list where we'll be taking a look at. The governor of Edo State, Governor Mr Okpebolo, has come under serious condemnation by Nigerians across the country and globally for his unguarded utterance against the person of Mr. Peter Obi, who has issued a clear threat that should he visit Edo State without a clear permission for him to do so, that whatever he's bound to face security-wise, he should be ready for it. And that is unimaginable to be coming from a governor that is saddled with the responsibility of providing security of lives and property in his own state as chief security officer, now issuing threats. We begin to wonder, is he a terrorist? Terrorists are meant to issue threats, right? Armed robbers also issue threats. Criminals issue threats. But a sitting governor now issuing threats is confusing. With me in the studio is Mr. John Abelipo, of course, and Mr. Austin Benjamin. It's a parliamentary discussion, and everyone is at liberty to unmute and have a deliberation on this matter. Also, we'll be taking a look at ADC's Directorate of Mobilization, who have been saddled with the responsibility of building structure of the ADC across the country, and of course in the diaspora. The ADC Director of Mobilization and Civil Society and Progressive Engagements led by Prince Rampam Jr. have been doing marvelously well setting up the structure. They've concluded a lot of structural setting across the states and the LGA. Now they are taking it down to wards. That's commendable, and we'll be having discussion around that as well. While I welcome in the studio tonight Mr. Benjamin Austin. I don't know if you want to have a contribution on subject matter as I await the contribution of Mr. John Abelipo as well. So who's going first? Mr. John Abelipo or Mr. Benjamin?
Okay. Let me go first.
All right, go on, please.
Yeah, mine is I was just concerning the what you call the governor of Edo State. That man, I guess, is something is wrong with him. That's not politics. You can't stand on the podium saying that kind of word to your fellow brother. It's not right. I guess if Cobden Cobden need to take this matter very very serious. Because the way I'm saying it is like a gang up against Peter Obi with what is going on right now in Nigeria. It's a gang up. We need to take it very very serious. Cobden need to take action. Please, again, I want to digress. Please, can I take your permission? Due process, please.
Yes, please, go on.
Yeah, my due process. Yesterday there's online discussion we had yesterday concerning what is going on in Compton with ADC. We find out that the leadership, some of them are not following the agreement concerning what they agree concerning the process of how to governize ADC, because some of the leaders are cutting corners. So, and that it gave me a lot of it gave me worry seriously. So we need to sit down and look at it properly, because we don't want to go back to Egypt. We are building a new Nigeria, and we don't want to compromise building a new Nigeria. So, it gave me a serious worry. I called my brothers back home and I talked to them, and they told me, they said they are getting it, because the way they are driving this thing is like, even some of the discussion, they are cutting some of the obedience in their discussion. I don't want to go deep into it. I know you know about it.
Let me quickly respond to that.
Okay.
The Directorate of Mobilization is on top of the situation as I speak to you. You should be aware that the former national chairman and the former national secretary, they all resigned their position, their appointment, and they've given room for the coalition to properly galvanize the party, to move the party forward. And in order to avoid some litigation and troubles across the states, the coalition leaders have chosen to just allow the status quo to remain for now across the states, while engaging stakeholders to be able to fix the state structure and prepare for congresses that is coming up by at least 2026. So these are some of the things that will be happening as we move on in the coalition. But in the meantime, all young Nigerians, all well-meaning Nigerians, all COPEN members, all obedience, well-meaning Nigerians across board are encouraged to join the ADC and be part of the party from their wards, get involved, get the structure, then you can have a say on how the party policies, plans are being implemented. But if you are not a member, you're not a card-carrying member of the ADC, of course, there is nothing anyone can do about the decisions of the ADC. Card-carrying members have rights, have quantum of rights to decide the direction of the party, starting from their ward. So the message is clear. The ADC Directorate of Mobilization, Civil Societies and Progressive Engagement is legally saddled with that responsibility to bring in fresh members into the party. So we are encouraging that every member of the party, well-known Nigerians, find their way into the party through the Directorate of Mobilization, ensuring that they get involved from the grassroots. All the states have their platform, and any member who is interested to join have the liberty to do so by reaching out to us. We add them to their state platform to be part of their world structure building process. So if you have further questions regarding to that, we can deal with it at the back end. For now, we'll continue with the program proper. Thank you. So those joining us new, you're welcome. This is Program People's Parliament. I remember my name, Mr. Harper Christian, otherwise known as due process. So those who are joining us offline, this is the number to call 08062557980. Again, 08062557980. So if you have a contribution, you can make this contribution through the phone number, and we'll have your call received in the studio. So if you want to have your contribution on I believe some of you have seen the topics we are handling for today. And if you want to have the thoughts, why not unmute and let's hear from you.
Yes, Mr. Harper Christian, good evening, and good evening everyone on this platform right now. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear, please go on.
Okay, I want to take a shot at the episode of today's edition, actually, which is the threat to life of Mr. Peter Obi by the Edo State Governor, His Excellency Mr. Monday Okpebolo. I think what we have come to discover in our environment is this hostility among politicians, which is obviously not necessary. You know, why did I say so? Politics in itself is expected to be a platform where you are supposed to serve the people to ensure that their standard of living is improved by way of security and otherwise, you know. But again, the way politicians get aggressive at every little opportunity gives gives so much to be desired. Now, for instance, why am I having to do all of this explanation? For instance, we are all aware that Mr. Peter Obi is a high-profile citizen of this country, no doubt about that. And as a former governor, it is actually a requirement that before you go into another state, you notify the state governor of your visit. No, that could be an oversight on the part of those handling the logistics of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. But however, haven't skipped that, perhaps mistakenly or otherwise. I think it behoves on the state government and his cabinet too to also get to Mr. Peter Obi quietly. We heard that you were in our state, but you know this is what should be done ordinarily. So, but please, going forward, let's ensure that things are done properly. And a second person will not hear you, but the extent of coming out on the podium and addressing an issue like that very, very aggressively in a public gathering, my brother, it leaves a lot to be desired. That's the point I actually see, because in all of the ramification, there are things when you are talking about logistics, there are things that need to be done. We agree that Mr. Peter Obi needs to notify the state governor of his visit. But again, like I said, it could be an oversight, you know, and it could be something that could be corrected quietly without making a show of it, or without making
permit me to interject. Mr. John Akonifo, please permit me to interject. Regarding notifying sitting governor before visits, I believe in the person of Mr. Peter Obi doing the right thing appropriately. We are witness to what happened in Benue State, where the sitting governor's aide refuses him the audience to actually have a call put through to the governor. All attempts to reach out to the governor failed. This is deliberate attempt to deny him access to the state. Let's not pretend as if we don't understand what these guys are trying to play out. It's a deliberate attempt to deprive him of entry in order not to have a link with the people whom he has come to visit. It's as simple as that. And the Nigerian Constitution made it so clear. Trying to reach out to a governor before entering the state is just an act of courtesy. It's not a right or obligation expected of a citizen to do. You understand? It's just an act of courtesy that I'm visiting a state. It is not the proper to only read it on news. You should be the first to be aware of it. Just out of courtesy. It's not compulsory that every stakeholder entering a state must notify a sitting governor. Because the work of a sitting governor is the chief security officer of the state. He should be able to provide security with or without stakeholders' visits. That's the point I want to emphasize. Thank you. You can go on.
Okay, Mr. Ako, thank you very much. If you listen to me carefully, you hear when I mentioned a high-profile individual like Mr. Peter Obi. Okay, I haven't said all of that, and also taking it from your point of view, we also agree that it's for courtesy basis. And of course, like you have said, there could have been machinery put in place to actually deny him audience, even if he has made an attempt to reach out to those that are concerned. But we don't have that side of the story, though. But however, what my point is, it is not an issue to be overblown the way it has been overblown. It's just that a lot of the time, all these political actors seem to look for ways to deviate the attention of those that are being governed from the actual issues. Now, these have been the discussion in the last 1 week. Is that what has that got to do with the security of the state? What has that got to do with the livelihood of the people? What has that got to do with the things that you should be providing for the people? So we just jump from one irrelevant story to the other, and before you know what's happening, it's 4 years. So I think for me, these politicians should actually be serious with governance and know the reason why they have come to office and take it very seriously. Because governance and government is very serious business. We should not trivialize it by looking for by behaving like a rolling stone, which gather moss as it's going and begin to gather irrelevant things and begin to make issues out of it and getting the populace engaged, and thereby distracting yourself and distracting them from actual governance and allowing them to actually determine your scorecard within the period you have been in office. So I haven't said that. I want to also look at issue number 2, which is the impact of Mr. Peter Obi's birthday is in the ruling party APC camp. Now you will see that within the last few days that Peter Obi celebrated his birthday, you will see the number of contributors from individuals all over the country and the world over for just one individual. So that goes to show you that the man that is being celebrated, actually beyond that, is a good man. Is also somebody that means well for his fellow human being. Because it is only when you care about people that others will also care about you. It is because people have seen the genuinity in the focus of Mr. Peter Obi in concern for humanity. That is why everybody has keyed in, and that is what he has also emphasized that he wants to bring into governance. He wants a situation where governance can be a reality, because governance is about the people. So governance has to be realistic. It is not an avenue for a few people to come on board and begin to enrich themselves and enrich their family and begin to hold parties here and there. No, that's not the essence of governance. Governance is to come into office and guarantee a better life for your people and for your community. So that is what Peter Obi has been emphasizing that he wants to do by taking our country from consumption to production. Where you have production, you have value addition, and you bring something to the table and you affect the life of every individual of that community, every individual of that state. So I will say that also. I want to also look at ADC Directorate of Mobilization and what they are currently doing, what the Directorate of Mobilization is currently doing in ADC. I want to give thumbs up to COPDEM, which is the major driver of this directorate. Because just like you have said, the local government structures are all in place, state structures are all in place, and they are now diving into their war structures. Considering the time within which this coalition has come on board, most particularly within the time COPDEM has been in this coalition, which has been from January this year till now, it has not been so much of a time to have achieved this. In a very short time of less than 6 months or thereabout, you see, we have been able to achieve this as an organization. I think that's a great feat. And taking it down to the wards is quite commendable, in spite of the huge resources that is required to carry out this kind of project. We have gone on with it, unrelenting, and still doing what we know how to do best. So I want to commend everybody that has been part of this, and to also encourage them to keep faith with it, because this seems to be the only platform now to redeem our democracy, and give people the window to add value to the society. Thank you very much, Mr. Akko Christian, for this window.
For that exhaustive accolades for the Directorate of Mobilization that have been really needful in mobilizing the young people, the Nigerians across board to be part of the ADC track. Please, audience and contributors, we indulge you to please make your contribution in the next 15 minutes. We should be out of the studio. If you want to have contribution, please unmute and speak. The topics are already there. You can decide which of the topic you want to have channel your contribution to. Do we have more contribution? It's all right. I'll be taking a panel on the matter. Mr. Monday Okpebolo, as a result of this threat to life of Mr. Peter Obi, it has led to an eye-opener by the young people, the Gen Z generation, who are now digging deep into the academic qualification of Mr. Monday Okpebolo to find out, his academic standing that guarantee him the place in government house. And it's surprising that a sitting governor having that kind of unreputable results, very shameful results. And of course, we all understand that his candidacy is not a reflection of the people. It's just a description, a miniature of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in a distance. Just a caricature of himself, who have not find reason to hide himself. Rather, he has chosen to expose himself in the spotlights, and the global community is aware of his atrocities, is aware of his poor academic record. The global community is now aware of how he maneuvered his way into government house. Of course, the INEC has packaging, the judiciary has confirmed it. The masses now have no choice than to wait for another cycle of 4 years. That is the atrocious aspect of the Nigerian constitution. A sitting governor cannot be taken to court. A sitting governor cannot be challenged for criminality. A sitting governor cannot be sued in a civil lawsuit, all because he's a sitting governor. By guarantee of the what? By guarantee of the cover provided by the Constitution. They call it immunity clause. Immunity clause deprive the people, the citizens, from taking their governor or president, deputy governor, or vice president to the courts for any legal suit until he is out of office. That means the Nigerian Constitution is packaged in such a way that promotes criminality. The Nigerian Constitution is packaged to promote corruption. The Nigerian Constitution is packaged to promote illegality. If I know that in the next 4 years, police have no right to arrest me, nobody have right to take me to court, and I can steal as many as I can destroy as many as I wish, all under the guise of being a governor or being a president or being a VP or vice or deputy governor rather, then that's not a country. That's not how to develop a society. We work in an advanced country where citizens have rights to demand questions from their leaders, but not in Nigeria. Ordinary protests, you are asked to demand for permission. Whereas in the eyes of the law, you don't have any right, you don't have any need to demand for any permission. A man that is aggrieved does not need any permission to express his aggression. So, it is only right that any sane country will have a rethink, an overhaul of the 1999 Constitution to ensure that it meets the common standard of any sane society that is open to development and open to growth. How can one sitting president, a sitting deputy governor, a governor or vice president, commit any atrocious acts? He cannot be arrested. He can only be investigated. But what's the need of investigation that he cannot implement? Is useless. EFCC only have the right to investigate, but they cannot prosecute. You have to wait until 4 years. This is rascality. And I want the Nigerian people to really rise up to this responsibility of demanding questions, calling for the Electoral Act, calling for the amendments or overhaul of the 1999 Constitution that will give birth to the People's Constitution. We now need the People's Constitution. That 1999 Constitution was actually packaged by the military for the Nigerian people. So it's not the will, it's not a reflection, it has no input of the average Nigerian masses. So this calls for concern. Not just there are several other sections of the 1999 Constitution that are criminal in nature and deserve to be overhauled. On this note, if we don't have further contribution, Mr. Austin has a question with respect to ADC Directorate of Mobilization. Please, your question will be answered via other channels that we have. Let me see the question is something I can respond to quickly. You see, I've asked question about the ADC registration in my state. No response to date. Please, Mr. Austin, please private chat me. Whatever question you need regarding your state will be given. If you need a link to access your state platform, I will readily give it to you. In the absence of further contribution or question, we'll call it a good night for me. It has been a wonderful time having you joining to my program, Open People's Parliament. Here we dissect socio-political issues. We give a voice to the voiceless, we give voice to the masses to have contribution on how they feel about their country. So thank you and God bless you all. For me, it's good night. Mr. John Abolibo, thank you for your time. Austin, thank you for joining us. Mr. Solomon, thanks for joining us. You've been part of this Korean People's Parliament, and we appreciate each time you are part of it. But tonight, you've not been able to actually unmute and have your say. Quickly, is there anyone that wants to have a contribution? It's all right. Tonight,
I will ask you. Sorry, I am not quite in a position to speak more, but I will engage you after now to ask some questions regarding the submission of the 5 names. Yes, the 5 you put say at least 5 names from
No,
LGA.
I'll share the template to you. It's actually 10 names.
But I've been asking them to do 5 because it was 5 that was related to me to do, you know. Though they mobilize more than that, but they submit 5 for LGA and 5 for wards. So, well, if you share and say it's
you can accept whatever you have while you augment the rest. That's not the problem. We'll have a discussion after the show.
Okay, no problem. But can I still go ahead and submit the ones available and not wait for all of them to come in?
No, you can submit whichever one you have at the moment while we anticipate the rest to come in.
Oh, that's good. That's good. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you. It's wonderful. Thank you.
Okay.
So, lady and Mr. Gentleman, thanks for being part of tonight. We'll come your way tomorrow. Have a wonderful night first. Good night.